Hello and welcome to another Mail Right Workshop. I'm Adam Brown, co-founder, and I'm here with the one and only.
Well, Jonathan Denwood.
You're the one and only. You're unique,
Oh
and
yeah,
you've got some. Today's his jam. What we're talking about today. So, if you are struggling to get any kind of SEO juice, get the rankings, and you need tips and tricks, then stay tuned because we're going to share some things that will basically help you know how to rank in the new year that we're coming to, as well as maybe even get a head start at the end of 2024. You ready to do this, Jonathan?
Certainly am, Adam. Certainly am.
Okay. So, first thing is keyword strat. Well, why is SEO important, anyways?
Well, it is and it isn't because it really depends if you want to have a kind of diverse way of getting leads. You can have a good looking website and you can just rely on paid traffic, and we can
Mm-hmm.
help you with that through video, YouTube, adverts, or through Facebook. Um, but it's best to have a mixture of different vectors that gets you leads to your website.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a short-term fix. This is a more medium to long term. This is going to take 6 months to a year to really pay dividends. But on the other hand, most of your competitors aren't doing anything. If you go to most
True.
real estate websites, their SEO, their content is pretty bad, folks. So
Yeah.
you can do a lot of this yourself if you want to, and you don't have to be a total expert to get some reasonable results. But basically, if you don't get people to your website, they ain't going to turn into leads. So no
Mm-hmm.
traffic,
Yeah.
either paying for that traffic. Well, everything you have to pay for in one way or another, folks. It's a bit like marriage. You're going to pay.
Yeah. You
So
get you get out of it what you put into it, or we could go on and on.
I'm not going to dig any further than that. You're going to pay, folks.
Yeah.
Um, so no traffic, no leads basically off your website. So either you're going to pay for traffic up front, or the investment is going to be longer term. But the good thing about SEO, organic traffic, is that with a little bit of updating every 6 months or once a year, you keep getting traffic.
Yeah.
Keeps
Yeah.
paying back. Where with paid advertisement, as soon as you stop, the leads stop.
That faucet turns off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. And just for the record, SEO stands for some entertaining, optimistic dudes like Jonathan and I. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's search engine optimization.
Optimization. Yeah.
So, and Google's pretty much the king of this with, their browser and Chrome and as well as YouTube. So, first main thing we want to talk about is the keyword strategies. Tell us about that, Jonathan.
Yeah, basically, have a look, just think up some search terms that you would utilize for the type of people you're trying to attract to your website and put them into search. And Google gives you suggestions. It
Hmm.
comes, when you put a search term like a 3 to 4 word phrase in, um, it gives you suggestions. Write those suggestions down, right?
Yeah.
Write your initial list of topics or things that you think people are asking, put them in. And then when you got a list of, let's say, a dozen, put them into search and see what the competition's like. And is the stuff they're providing, is it any useful? And can you provide better stuff?
Yeah.
That's all you got to. You don't have to overanalyze this unless you're up in a really competitive top city in the US like Seattle or downtown San Francisco, or you're
Or
in a,
Bend, Oregon.
well, I don't know about that.
Just kidding.
I don't. I think there might be one or two agents that really understand this. I would imagine most of the agents in Ben wouldn't know what the hell we were talking about. Um, and I'm not. I would apply that to most of the country, folks. I'm not just choosing on Bend.
Yeah.
So you don't have to overthink it unless if you're in a top metropolitan area, it'd probably be best to hire a professional. But
Yeah.
in most areas, you can get some reasonable results by doing this yourself. As you get some results, it's best to hire people because really you've got better things to do with your time,
Hmm.
because time's money, and you can be getting better dealing with the leads that you're getting and turning them into commission checks.
And
But
like you said, this is something that MailRight does, correct?
well, we can help you with content, or Adam can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely help you with this. So, so don't overthink it. Get your list of 12 search phrases, put them that you've got, get an initial list of 3 or 4 phrases, put them in
Hmm.
Google. They will suggest other phrases, write them down, and then put them into search. Go to the top 3 websites that come up. Is there any content on them? And then work in your mind what content you're going to develop that's going to be a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way to do it. And, a lot of times it's just thinking logically through that. And then sometimes, depending on what platform you're using website wise, it'll tell you what words people are searching to find your website. So take a look at that or let us know if you need help. All right. Second thing is content strategies. What about that? That's super important.
Well, it's a bit linked to what I just said around
Yeah.
keyword strategy because the two are very linked. But there's this concept of evergreen content.
Yeah.
Now, when people think of SEO, they think of blogging. They're thinking of having to blog every week. And I don't have the time to blog every week, they think.
Yeah.
My schedule is too turbulent. I can't do that. Nor do you have to do that, folks. What I'm not suggesting that you're going to have to blog every week because it's a total waste of your time. What you do have to do is do what I said about keyword strategy, have a look at the content and produce some content is what we call in the trade evergreen content, content
Yeah.
that there's a demand for, that you can produce a bit of content that's more informative, has some better photos, has some video on it. That will help a lot. Um, and it's just better, more useful content. Or you got to put yourself in the person that's looking for that content. The more you can put yourself in their shoes, and provide what you would want if you were that person,
Hmm.
the more this is going to work out for you. But you don't have to, you don't honestly have to overthink it, folks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not overly complicated either. So, especially if you use this guide and these tips, there's a lot of DIY that you can do in here. All
Mm,
right. Third thing is leveraging local SEO, which these all kind of tie into each other and overlap a little bit, which is great because it just means you're kind of getting a one up on all of them to some degree.
yeah. This is a whole subsector for Google. Google's got a whole SEO separate department around local SEO. It's a total separate division of
Hmm.
Google. And in that division, they've got a subdivision of that division just for real estate. And basically, it's aimed at all local and service based businesses because
Mm.
the strategies that work for regional, national SEO don't work when it comes to local in a lot of the time. And it's really focused on people using smartphones. Somebody on a smartphone in some ways does different types of searching.
Hmm.
And Google has the ability of identifying where you are, where you do the search. And if you're using a smartphone, especially an Android phone, um, they practically know in less than 30 yards where you are, right?
Wow.
They can determine. When it comes to ISO phone at Apple, they block it a bit more. Well, Apple knows where you are.
I
If you
think all of them know at this point, even if
yeah,
we say no.
yeah. But if you're using Chrome on Apple, Google will know.
Yeah.
And that's why if you if you do a search term on your desktop and then you got your phone next to you and you do the same search, you're going to get different results,
I've noticed that.
a lot
Yeah.
different results. You're going to get the map, which highlights, like dependent on the search term that you put in, but you're going to get different results, and
Hmm.
that's because Google um, has this totally separate department. And I could spend 3 to 4 of these workshops just explaining. And we've
Hmm.
done that. If you look at some of the older videos, we've gone into this in a bit of detail.
Yeah. A lot of it pertains still,
Yeah,
most of it.
yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's leveraging your local SEO. How about technical SEO? I think we're going a little deeper here, right?
I'm going to keep it simple because this could be
Okay,
another 3, 4.
I'm
Now,
sure.
WordPress is a great platform for your real estate website, and that's what we use at Mailrite.
Hmm.
And we've got a nice, we're going to be updating it in the near future, library of starter websites that are really quick and Google friendly.
Hmm.
Um, But the other thing, so it's a great idea utilizing WordPress and utilizing IDX. But the other thing is Google offers a real free service, and it's through it's Google Search Console. And
Yeah.
you really need to link your website to you're going to need a Gmail email address
Hmm.
to utilize this. But you can set up a free Gmail account and then you just put in search, Google Search Console, and then you log in using your Gmail account.
Hmm.
And then you give the URL of your address. You do have to confirm that you own the domain. They give you some choices. If you're using WordPress, we can set it up for you if you're with us. Or there's plenty of online tutorials that show you
Yeah.
how to do it with WordPress. And you have to post a little bit of code. And then you're telling Google, go and index my website, go and have a look at it. And if there's any problems about it, they will email you with a list of problems. And you really want to sort out some of the main problems if they are flagged. So
That's good.
that's the like I say, this is the intro, and that's the best advice I can give you around technical SEO that you probably would be able to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone can go to a link and then take the steps from there with the Google console. So I like that. All right. How about user experience? I think a lot of people forget about the user experience and how it impacts, your searches, your search engine optimization and things.
Well, what I mean, there's about 2 to 3 different ways you can go with user experience. When it comes to search, I'm going to frame it this way, folks. There's over 200 different elements to how Google looks at a website and judges how useful that website is
Mm.
to its target audience. And they change the weighting on those 200 different elements regularly. But there's some key things, external links, how old your domain is. There's some key things, but one of the biggest drivers, and it's becoming more and more important, is they don't want to see somebody go to a particular page on your website and just stay there for 30 seconds and then move off to another website. What they want to see, and what I mean by they is Google, is they want the person to stay on that page, and then preferably they want the person to go to other pages on that website and
Yeah, it's a
stay
good
on
sign.
that website a reasonable amount of time. And the
Hmm.
easier you make the experience, the more attractive visually and also in the content on the website, the more probably people are going to stay. If you're targeting the right people, they will
Hmm.
stay on the website. And that tells Google that your website is useful. If
Yeah,
Google
yep.
thinks that, they will send more traffic to you.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's what it's all about right there. Okay, so last but not least is YouTube SEO. So this does play a role.
Yeah, because it's the second biggest search engine, only surpassed by Google. And in the
Yeah.
way, it's owned by Google, and it really in their search setup, it's a like local search. It's a separate division of Google, and
Mm.
it has its own search team that work. It is seen as so uploading video and then putting that video on an article that's around the same subject um, gives you more authority signals to Google. And if people are watching that video on the website, they will stay on the website longer, which is linked to what I just said about user experience.
Mm. Cool,
And
yeah.
and secondly, because Google owns YouTube, it if you are posting regularly on YouTube about a particular subject, which is also what your website is about, it gives you more domain authority. It sees you that you're probably a real expert in that particular area. So it is more encouraged to send more traffic to your website.
Hmm. Yeah. And that kind of ties into a lot of videos where we talk about being the digital mayor and, reviews and all those things too. So again, we could literally turn this
This,
into a three,
yeah.
4, 5 session workshop here. So, but we have tons of videos if you want to check those out on our website, mail-right.com, as well as our YouTube channel. So check those out. Any last minute things, Jonathan?
Well, this was a 101 introduction to the main principles, but what I
Yeah.
wanted to point out is you don't have to write every week or every month. I don't think that really works as it used to, but really developing some really good evergreen content that you research and you make it better than what's out there at the present moment. And
Yeah.
to keep it simple, what do I mean? Well, put your shoes into the people that are reading it, try and empathize. And if you're in their shoes, what would they really want? And when you go to some of the competition, just write down your initial impression and what would you like extra, and then produce a piece of content that has that extra content on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Okay, well, what are some of the things that MailRight can do? Because we have this pretty amazing kind of full cycle real estate system. So, what are some of the things that we can also provide that will help them not
Well,
only generate SEO, but keep track of all the leads and stuff.
it's an integrated platform, and we can supply you a really great WordPress website with one of our themes, which
Hmm.
we're expanding. And then if you want a semi-custom look or a full custom, we can provide that as well. Plus, we've got a great landing page system that integrates with an automatic email text sending system.
Yeah.
And we've got a nice social media calendar system and a couple other a CRM integrated into the back end of the website. So we've really got a nice platform. So you can do your own Facebook advertising, you can hire us to do it,
Yeah.
or you can do the same with YouTube, but you get a really nice WordPress website with other key features that enable you to market online effectively.
Yeah, and it's not overly complicated. I think that's what we run into a lot is people coming over are, taking 20, 40, 60-hour classes to try to learn their brokerage's CRM system. And it's just overwhelming and too hard and difficult and complicated. So this is why the MailRite system was even developed and created is so that we can make it easier for you, but still make it effective so you can keep track of these leads, get leads, and then kind of have some follow through with those. So
We do
it's a great
provide we
system.
will provide training for you, but you won't
Yeah.
need 30, 40 hours worth of,
No.
because that was a great point you made there, Adam.
Yeah.
A lot,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, but some of these systems that your brokerage might supply or you're being recommended, some
Yeah.
of them have got some great training, but it's 40,
Yeah.
60 hours worth of training, and who the
It's
hell's got
crazy.
time to do all that?
You need to be selling houses, right? And helping those clients find houses, not worrying about that much time on a CRM. So look us up, mail-right.com. We're on YouTube. We also have the blogs. We have lots of videos too that can help you that are free workshops because we basically want to help you grow your business, right? Um, so yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Anything else?
No, I think we've done well here. I've tried to keep it as simple as possible without it being useless. But I
Yeah.
think if you watch this video a few times and do a little bit of research, I think you will appreciate, folks, that we have covered some great stuff in this video, and it's a good 101 intro that will, if you want to do some of this yourself, you will get some results, and it gives you a layout of the land, gives you some signposts where you're not going to waste your time, really.
Yeah, we'll include any links that we talked about in the description. And then also let us know any comments you have, things you've tried, things that have been successful or that you're struggling with. Maybe ways we might be able to help you, even if it's just through some of the comments. And then also, we'd love for you to check out the MailRite system and we can do a free demo for you. So go to mail-right.com. And I think that's it for this week. We will see you next week. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe bell so you get notified of all our new videos that we put out there. And then also leave us some comments and share this away. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.